Hello, everybody. My name is actually James Lacy Kamuf, and that's what I have on the ballot. My grandfather's name was Lacy, and he was a great man. He spent 20 years in the Navy and retired down here in the West End. And to me, he's a true patriot, so I hope the name lives on. So when you see the ballot, vote for the guy. You'll know exactly if things go wrong, who's responsible, okay? But what I'd like to say today is that I went to engineering school, and I have a background in engineering. I worked in steel mills, power plants, plastic factories, you name it. So I have an interest in the industrial background. That's what I would like to promote. That's what this city needs. And to be honest with you, if I have time, I might get a little controversial today, but I really do believe the adage is probably better to be hated for who you are than loved for somebody that you're not, okay? I'd like to talk about some things that I was against. I was against TIF 54, building the convention center on 54, and that's how I got involved in local government. I was vehemently against the hospital move. I really don't think in the long term that's good for our community. I really don't. Thank you. I really don't. I'd like to support the downtown development. I was against TIF on being on 54, so I am for the development downtown. I would just like to be involved and really look at some of the details, like making the state building into a bluegrass museum. I have real concern about whether that's going to be successful or not in this community. I'm also concerned about having an event center and then also having a sports center to maintain. I think we really need to look at just building a large enough event center that we don't have to maintain the sports center. I'm concerned about the rerouting of our streets here in Owensboro. I'd like us to look at that again. I think that's going to be a very difficult thing for us to really do adequately, and I think there's some concerns about that. I'm concerned about the River Park being $541,000 in debt, losing that last year, after we donated $169,000 already, and now we're going to have to donate another $541,000. And what really bothers me about that is that we can't fund Woolwear and St. Benedict's homeless shelter adequately. So those are things I would really like to look at. But what I'd really like to talk about is what's really affecting this community. You can elect me and I can cross the T's and dot the I's, but when you read stories about Han moving basically to North Vietnam, a communist country, we have got to begin to address that. If no one will address that in Washington, we have to begin to address that in our community. If you read about China and Vietnam, here's an article about Clinton urges rights in Vietnam. That's basically where Han went, is Vietnam. And I just think that's wrong. There's people that worked at Han that went to Vietnam to fight the spread of communism, and now they lose their job to that country. And I think that's very ironic. The other thing is like new jobs expected to go to the highly skilled. Labor market will be divided between high and low wages. I don't think that's acceptable. I really don't. I don't think it's good for America. And that's one of the things I would really love to be on the city commission, because I just don't want to talk about alleys. I want to talk about the things that are really affecting us in this community. Okay? Thank you very much. God bless you. James Lacy Kamuf.